What's up, my gangsters? This is JT-The-Cobbler and I've decided to start doing some vlogs. So yeah, this is what I look like. I know I'm not the prettiest, but there we go. Sometimes people, they don't have the beautiful looks, but there we go. I'm just going to go on now about the Denmark versus England game. I haven't done a vlog in ages, so I'm going to be fucking awful. But yeah, make sure you subscribe, like and comment if you want more vlogs, football vlogs. I'm going to be doing some in the World Cup. So basically I'm going to be going on about the England versus Denmark game. If you want to watch the highlights, then I'm going to put a link in the description, probably a YouTube link. If not a YouTube link, then it'll be on another website. And it will just show you all the highlights, all the goals or something like that. So basically I'm just going to tell you about what I thought about the game last night. And I'd love to know your opinion as well, so make sure you jot that down in the comments. And yeah, so let's go. So basically, I'm just going to start with the first half. I thought that we were pretty average. Rooney had a few pot shots from outside the box which were absolutely piss poor. I thought apart from that his passing was pretty good. And I thought defensively we didn't look that great, but we haven't got a great defence. For the first time in a long time we haven't got a great defence. We've got Cahill and Smalling playing centre back. For the third time together, so that might be another reason, but they looked very weak. And if you look at them two names, it's nothing like over the years when we had Sol Campbell, John Terry, Martin Keown, Tony Adams, people like this over the years, and now we don't have anything. You had Southgate, we had Jonathan Woodgate. There's nothing like that at the moment. This is the one thing that worries about the World Cup. We haven't even got a proper centre-back partnership yet, I don't think. I don't know who he wants to pick. So yeah, there was a few times that we were caught out, and I thought that we could have played better defensively. But going forward, I thought we created a few chances. I don't think we were amazing, like some people are saying. I thought Daniel Sturridge played alright, but I thought he could have had more goals than just the one. He had 3 or 4 decent chances. And I thought that really, for some reason, I just don't think Sturridge looks the same for his country. He's one of them players, when he steps into the England shirt, he just doesn't look the same player. He had a really good chance just before the break when there was a header that came down to him. He was right in front of the goal, not very far out at all. And Schmeichel saved it, but I thought Sturridge could have done something. I took a touch and then just calmly slid it under the keeper like he would for Liverpool probably, but he just kind of just lashed at it straight away, and it went straight at Schmeichel's leg. So I wasn't that impressed really with Sturridge or any of the players. I thought Shaw played well when he came on. For an 18-year-old he's outstanding. I'll be so gutted if he don't go to the World Cup, but I have a feeling, knowing Roy Hodgson, that he won't risk it. He'll probably go with Cole and Baines, and he'll probably just play with all the experienced players because he's a muppet, isn't he? And he doesn't know how to really control the England team. So I'm going to rate the players, 1 to 10, and tell you why and why there's the reasons that I'm rating them like that. So in the comments, if you want to put some things about about the performance or the players, just put them down and then I'll reply to them. So I'm going to go from the goalkeeper down to the strikers, and the goalkeeper Joe Hart, I thought he definitely deserved an 8 because even though Denmark didn't have too many chances, when they did get in, I thought Hart looked very confident and he looked good. He made some decent saves. 2 centre backs, I'll give a 7, Smalling and Cahill, because they've only played together 3 times, and that's the reason. If not, I would have given them a 6 or something, because they just looked really dodgy. There was a lot of gaps between them. Centre backs are supposed to be close together, and there was a lot of gaps that I saw, and a few of the times Denmark exposed that, and against a bigger team then we would have been doomed. I mean, we'd have let in 2 or 3 goals easily, maybe more, if them two played like that against Uruguay. Just a team like Uruguay, I think we would be 2 or 3-0 down. So at right back, Glenn Johnson, typical Glenn Johnson performance, average defensively, pretty average going forward, nothing special. He makes some good runs, but when he gets forward, his final ball is always wrong. So for me, he got a 6, not good enough. never has been good enough. But we don't really have anyone better to replace, in that position, so we have to play him. I mean, Walker's not available at the moment. And then at left back, Cole, even though I didn't want him to play, I thought it was pointless playing him because he's not playing for Chelsea. And I think we should move on now. He's 33. He's played for England for years. Just let Shaw or Baines. Baines deserves a bloody chance in this England team. He's been playing so well, much better than Cole. Cole hasn't even been playing, for God's sake. And Baines didn't even play. They've rested him. But if not Baines, just play Shaw. Play the youngsters. Do what Germany did the last few years. Playing their youngsters. That's what we should be doing. Or France. And Spain, they're playing the youngsters as well sometimes. So we should be doing it. We should be playing our youngsters more. Stop being frightened of playing all our fucking experienced players all the time. So he gets an 8. Shaw gets an 8, definitely. Cole gets an 8 because defensively he did well. Going forward he did well as usual, but I just don't think he should have played. And Shaw, I thought for an 18-year-old, you couldn't tell he was 18 just watching the way he played. He doesn't look 18 even though his body's quite built up and he looks really strong. Sterling, go to the wings. Sterling for me gets a 9. He was just outstanding last night. He was the one player who you think he just didn't give a shit that he was, playing in the international. He just played like he did for Liverpool. He just ran at people. He worked back. His final product was good, and if he got a goal, it would have been a 10, but he didn't. So I'll give him a 9. But he was definitely the man of the match. In midfield, Henderson ran his legs off as usual, and I like the way he runs around, but he doesn't have. He's not an England international. He's not going to do it. He's not ever going to be a first choice in the England team, and I didn't think he did enough. Apart from you can't just run around for England. Occasionally he does something good for Liverpool, but you can't have it like Henderson. Imagine Henderson against, I don't know, look at some of the players that play for Germany, Schweinsteiger. Massive difference in quality. For me, Henderson isn't good enough. But last night he ran around a lot and he tried really hard, so I'll give him a 7 just for that. Gerrard, I'll give him an 8 because he just kept passing the ball around. He kept everyone ticking. He was telling everyone what to do, leading the team from the front. He was very, very good last night, so definitely from the middle, not the front. He definitely deserves an 8 just for the way he plays, Gerrard. He's improving a lot, I think, actually, in the way that he doesn't smash the ball at people anymore. When he passes, he actually controls his passes, which I think Rodgers has told him to do, which I really like. I can't remember who was on the fucking left midfield now. Who was on the fucking left midfield? Oh, for God's sake, who was it? Oh my God. I can't actually remember who was on the left last night. Who the fuck was on the left? Anyway, let's go to the forwards. I still can't think of who was on the left midfield last night. Sturridge, for me, but I know people are raving about him because of his header goal last night. But for me, he didn't do that much. I didn't think he was that good. So the chances that he did get, I thought he should have scored. He had 3 or 4 decent chances and he only scored 1, which was put on a play for him in the air. It was a brilliant cross, absolutely fantastic cross, and it was just an easy header really for Sturridge. I think for Liverpool he would have finished some of the chances that he was getting. So for me he gets a 7 because he just didn't finish enough chances and he just didn't look good enough for me. Last night I expect him to play like he does for Liverpool for England. That's what I expect, and that's the thing that everyone should expect the same thing. And for me, Rooney, his finishing was off. He didn't have any clear-cut chances, but a few years ago he would have been smashing them in from outside the box, but he doesn't do it anymore. Terrible finishing, but fantastic team play, good movement, good passing as usual. I still can't think who was playing on the left. Let me know in the comments. I don't know why. I can't think of who was playing on the left. Maybe they didn't play well. So yeah, for me that's pretty much it. Roy Hodgson said today that he finds the team selection now even more difficult for the World Cup. I can't see why, apart from Sterling and Shaw. I think it's pretty obvious who's going to go. I don't think there was enough players that impressed. I don't think Henderson impressed enough, as I said. So let me know in the comments what you thought. who was your best performers and all this sort of thing. Subscribe, like and comment. And yeah, peace out my brothers.